we are going to talk all things going live. Sorry, I'm a few minutes late. I had to get myself together. I was like, okay, it is time to get moving, friend. So come on in. Thank you so much for being here. We are about to get started. The screen is getting up and running, friends. We're going to get started. We're going to talk about confident live host energy. You got to be confident. You got to do this. You got to show up. And essentially, you can't let fear, nervousness, being shy, any of those things get in your way. Can't do it. Don't let it happen to you. So, I think a lot of times we have insecurities that we will show up in spaces like this and allow to show up in spaces like this as opposed to being confident and just being yourself and being natural. So a lot of this is about how do you show up in a way that people are going to get to know, like, and trust you, but you are confident in what you're offering. You don't have to be, a complete expert. I think that's the misnomer. Everyone's looking for this person who knows it all, has it all the right answers. No, that's not the case. Sometimes you are still learning, but recognize you're new and there's going to be people newer than you. I tell that all the time. You know what I'm saying? So you're new, but there's going to be some new people here. And so you want to make sure that you are showing up confident and doing everything you can do to build your community. Okay? So that's what this is all about. All right, friends, we're going to get to talking and chatting. I know you guys are going to start coming in shortly. That's how YouTube works. And so you'll see people coming in shortly. Um, so come on in. We're going to get to chatting and talking. Let me know if you have questions. We're going to get to chatting and connecting. And then ultimately what we're going to do is that we're going to keep showing up for our community, friends. Because we are showing up confidence, okay? Confidence, that's what we're exuding. All right, friends, we're going to get to talking and chatting. Let me know if you have questions. Fix my shirt. Make sure that I am showing up and being consistent. My video this morning was all about consistency. I say consistency is the key. That is the key to success. Okay, so let's do this. We're going to go live. I don't know if it's going to let me edit my name, but we're going to go with it. Welcome to my live. We're just going to go with that, y'all. It wouldn't let me edit, so I'm going to go with welcome to my live. I'll wait a few more minutes for my YouTube friends to come on in. How you doing, friends? I see you guys coming in. I was right on time with saying that. So go ahead, if you are here, go ahead and like the live. Comment, hello, how you doing, Dr. Lisa? And then also make sure you click that subscriber button and click that alarm so I know that you get notifications. So you are going to show up and let me know who you are. Say hello, good morning, happy Sunday in the comments so we can get some comments going. Make sure you are liking the live. Click that like button. And then also, like I said, subscribe. That's what we're doing. We're in our growth season. We are growing, friends. So click the subscribe button. And so that way I know you are here and you're here to support as well. And I'm showing up. I'm being consistent. I tell you guys every time I come on this camera, I come on twice a day. Hey, consistency is key. Consistency and engagement. And so if you are looking to grow in this kind of live host space, then it requires you to be consistent. So this is the confident live host energy. You got to show up being confident. You got to show up talking to your audience. You got to show up consistently. So all of that is a part of it. So again, if you're here listening to me, make sure you like the live. Also, I want you to comment. Let me know you're here. Let me know where you're from. I'm in Orlando, Florida. And then also make sure you click that alarm in my in your after you subscribe so that you can know when I am live and when I also post. Okay. All right, friends. Thank you so much for joining. We're gonna get started. Since I don't have comments, I'm gonna go over to the TikTok streets and we're gonna engage over there. So you guys know I co-stream. So this is going to be a recording for you. You can come back, look at this playlist. I am going to make, that's my job for today. I'm going to make all my videos over the last week public because I haven't done that lately Pedro, hello, Pedro. I said, I'm about to start talking on TikTok. My live over here on YouTube. You guys were not commenting. So make sure you like the live. Make sure you also subscribe. So I know you're here, friend. But I appreciate the support. I tell you guys all the time, that's what matters. If you're going to engage and be a live host, you need your audience to engage back. You do. And that's the goal. You know, ultimately, you're showing up, you're showing your face, you're being consistent, you're talking about your topic. Don't stop talking. You know I don't stop talking. So don't stop talking. And then people will ultimately come back and support. That's it. I'm going to subscribe right now. Look at your friend. Thank you so much. And then, like I said, that's a big piece of this. I mean, YouTube is a little different than TikTok because YouTube is really based on, I tell people all the time, it's a search engine. It is not social media. You come here, it's owned by Google. You come here, you search for something, you search a topic, search an interest, and a video pops up, or a list of videos pop up, and you're engaging those videos, and you're binge watching, or you're engaging. Hi, do you remember me, Wendy? I do remember you. How are you, friend? Thank you so much for being here. Make sure you like the live since you're back, and make sure you also have subscribed if you haven't done so already. But back to YouTube, it's a search engine. So if you are engaging in people's content, their live stream, then you want to make sure YouTube knows, first of all, what you like, what type of interest you have based on what you're searching, based on what you're watching, based on what you're engaging in. And so all that matters. You say, woo, whoa. I don't know what that means, but it's a long woo. So, but that's most important. So let's do this. I'm gonna do a little housekeeping. As you know, guys, I love for the engagement to happen. Housekeeping rules, though. You got to be 18 years and older because we are talking about monetization. You got to be old enough to be able to engage in that process. So that's part of it. The other thing I will say, you got to keep this professional, friends. Do you know how to multiply? Let me know. So you got to keep this professional. We got to keep the topics in the chat focused on going live, monetizing your expertise, going live with confidence, because we're talking about the confident live host energy. You got to show up, but as a chat, I don't want to start putting people in timeout. So don't make me have to focus on that. But at the same time, I want you to engage. I want you to ask questions that are relevant to the topic. I want us to have a productive adult conversation. Okay, so that's what I want. I want us to have a productive adult conversation because I want people to learn. It's not, I'm here, I'm showing up, and you can get some good information. And I don't gatekeep. I tell you what I know. And then I say, okay, here's where you go get the information if I don't know. And 9 times out of 10, I do know. Let me say that. 9 times out of 10, I do know the answer. So there's a few times I don't. And then if we have a productive chat, if I don't know the answer, I'll say, hey, chat, who else knows the answer to this? So that's what we want. We want to engage that way. You said my hair is amazing. Thank you so much, friend. I take compliments too. So I appreciate all the compliments. So appreciate you all. Thank you so much. I appreciate all the compliments and the comments. And so, like I said, make sure you click that like button. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel before, subscribe to my channel. Okay? So that's the other goal. Pedro, what's going on, friend? I'm literally just in my house staring at the floor, thinking about all my Okay, that's deep. That's deep. Let's stay focused, Pedro. I don't want to have to put you in timeout. So we're gonna switch over to TikTok. I'm gonna switch over to TikTok and we're going to talk over there as well. I co-stream, so this becomes a playlist, so you guys have access to this. You can go back, watch. If I put some nuggets in here, he's like, that lady was telling us all these tips about YouTube and TikTok and how to engage. What does live access look like? Let me go back and watch your videos because I say things here and people are like, I didn't realize that. I didn't know. So put it in the chat if there's something I drop a nugget. Put it in the chat. So I want to make sure I'm helping. And if I say something that you want to ask more about, I do answer questions. So let's try to make sure we're learning, okay? We're learning and growing. That's the goal. He said, please don't leave. I don't have TikTok. I'm not leaving. I'm staying. Hopefully you can stay, but let's stay on topic. And then I will be recording. So this is a record. So it's going to record. So I usually go live on TikTok and I'm talking. So I'm going to be looking up and down, up and down. So we're going to be chatting. But again, let's talk. Okay. So let's make sure we are getting the most out of this conversation. I just hit the go live button, y'all. We're about to be live over here too. Hello, friends. It is Dr. Lisa, Launch Your Income. I'm here. Let's go live. We're live, live, live. So let me know if you have questions. Come on in. We are talking about the confident live host energy. I want to make sure you are getting everything you need to do to go live and be successful. So come on in. If you have questions, we're going to get to talking and chatting. This is my 10 a.m. So I make this part of a conversation surrounding strategy. I want you to think about your monetization strategy. I want you to think about your go live host strategy. So we talk about that. How you doing, love and golden loves? Thank you so much, friend. That's a whole mouthful, but I appreciate you joining the live. Let me know if you have questions. Tanya, thank you so much for joining the live. If you are coming into my live, then you know I go live twice a day at 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. I'm talking to my friends. You guys are going to come on in. We're going to get to chatting and talking, and we're going to talk about all things going live with confidence and ease, friend. I'm just coming on. How you doing, 718? I have not seen you in a while, 718. How are you? You know what? I've always wanted to ask. I don't know if you're staying, but I've always wanted to ask what that name is about. So all my friends, come on in. We're going to get to chatting. And if you are coming to the live and you're new to my room, come on in. We're going to get to chatting and talking. I'm sharing out my live. I'm going to share my live out with my supporters. I always say you got to share your live out so people know you are live. And you got to show up and be consistent, friends. So that's the thing about it. Show up for consistency and engagement. Okay, I just shared it out with a bunch of friends. Thank you all who are coming into the live. I appreciate your support. That's what it's all about, friends. Come on in. We're going to get to laughing and joking and chatting, but we are going to get to talking about going live. This is our go live with ease and confidence, as well as we want to make sure you are a confident live host. So come on in. Let me know if you have questions in the meantime. I'm sitting there, I'm putting things in. How you doing? How you doing, Jay? How you doing, friend? Come on in. I'm just getting started with the live. I just came on and I'm over on the YT. Hi, my YT friends. Go ahead and put a comment in so I know you're still with me. And we're gonna get to chatting. And like I said, this becomes a playlist so we can go back and watch it. Thank you so much. Appreciate that daily. Heart me. Let me see, put my sound on. Make sure I got some clapping going. There we go. There we go. And then I make this a playlist so you can go back and watch it. So if I say something, if there's something being discussed and you're like, okay, Dr. Lisa, you mentioned something in here. Nika Grace, thank you for joining, friend. If I say anything, you can go back and watch it on the YT. I am going to sit my little tail down today. I have a couple videos from the YT that I've done in the last week that I need to make public. They're not public views. So it's going to take me some time now that I've accumulated these 2 a-days. So you do the math. So it's going to be quite a few that I have to go in and I don't know if I'm going to do the timestamp, Nika. You did put that out there for me. I was like, because it requires me to go back and kind of know different topics I discussed. So I would I would need to either track it while I'm in the live in real time, or go back and watch a 90-minute to 2-hour live. And so I don't know if I got the time to do that, y'all. So that's why they don't get timestamped. It is a best practice, definitely, if you're going to do what's called a long form video that's maybe for YouTube purposes. That's somewhere between, how you doing, Happy? That's somewhere between 5 minutes to 15, 20 minutes. That you can do. You can stop timestamp it. That's why I said Peso 105 or, yeah, so they can go back and watch it. Yeah. Yeah, I could. Yeah, that's the second time that's come up. That not from you. Yes, Michelle brought it up too. So I may need to do it. I may be at that point in this journey that I just need to relinquish control. I think that's my control piece. Like, oh, I give somebody my content, I just put it out there, and yeah. So I think that's a Dr. Lisa thing. I need to really relinquish control, and maybe that is what I need to do. You say it's cheap and they will do it good. They probably will do it great too when it comes to editing also. The timestamp piece as well as the editing. That's the other thing. I would like to see if I can get, it will level up your YouTube page. It's easier for people to get to the info they need. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And And thank you so much. And I need to make some content out of these videos too, so that if nothing else, maybe they're, um, 10-minute videos, 10-minute clips of maybe some important things I've shared. And so if somebody's looking at the timestamp, they can probably take that piece and say, okay, you talked about this subject or this topic for 25 minutes. Why don't we make a 10-minute clip out of that? Or a 10-minute edited long form video out of that. So that's what I need. That's actually what I want. That's what I need and what I want, because that's the other hold up for me. Because I'm like, okay, I'm doing these playlists, and I share a lot of information, so there's some good nuggets here. So if they could take that and put it in a nice little thumbnail type video, that would be great too. The thing I'm gonna have to work on a little bit more is just being consistent in the beginning. So my intro and then my outro. So then that can become part of that video too. So when I come in, I have my signature intro. I say they use that clip, and then obviously I have my signature outro. And so I need to work through that. So that's the thing that I with YouTube, and that's what I was sharing with some of my friends here earlier. YouTube is very much a search engine. So if you're creating these videos and you're being very structured in how you're talking about things, whether it's a specific topic or, again, like I said, the intro and outro. So that way people know what to expect when they come into your when they come and watch your content. They know how you're going to start things. They know what you're going to talk about. You're going to get right to the point. And then what Nika's talking about, which is very true. You want to have timestamps. You want to have hashtags. You want to have tags. You want to have good descriptions for your titles. You want to have those thumbnails that's going to be eye catching and grab people in. So I'm at that point. I am definitely at that point that it is time to create that structure surrounding my YouTube content. So yes, Michelle, she's been telling me this for a minute. It's not that she hasn't been telling me, but I think because I've been so focused on, my consistency on TikTok and all the other other projects and tasks that I'm working on, that YouTube has become kind of a back burner. And so I need to bring it to the forefront. I really do need to bring it to the forefront. All right, friends. Thank you so much, all of you who have come in. I appreciate you. How you doing, Jasmine? How's everything going, friend? How is your posting? Wildly imperfect. I appreciate you coming through, friend. Thank you all for joining the live. Let me know if you have questions too. I always appreciate the support. Oh yeah, so that's another conversation with my son. He's talked about it quite a bit. Um, what is it? Opus clips, and so he has talked about leveraging that for. He was saying more shorts, not necessarily the long form. I have to look and see if they do longer form video too. But he was thinking from shorts content. TikTok gave us the donuts. Look at there, 3 donuts. TikTok wants us to be great today. So we'll see. We'll see if it follows through on being great. Thank you so much. This is the Flash Go. I appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you, Nika. Thank you for the donut, friend. And if you are joining the live, so the Flash Goals with TikTok has been very, I guess, supportive of giving me my Flash Goal earlier, but also it has, for the week, it has not given as many heart me's that it has given in the past. So that's a beautiful thing. So if you guys are here, thank you so much for joining. We're going to share out the live. We're going to get some more of our friends in the room. Thank you so much for coming in. If you are just now joining my live, I'm just getting started. We're going to get to talking and chatting. And how you doing, D-Ray? And I do have the Flash Goal. You say yes is more for making shorts. Yes. That's what I thought. It was more. Hi, hello, friend. Thank you so much for still being with me on the YT. Yes, it is more for making shorts. Like I said, I have to see if they have the long form. So here's another pro tip when it comes to the YT. Um, if you are going to create a channel, you almost need to make an early decision. Thank you for the FYP. You need to make an early decision on if you are going to make your content, your page, mainly shorts or mainly long form videos. So you need to make that decision fairly early, because that will set the tone for how your algorithm is set up, as well as your viewers, your subscribers. If they're used to coming to your channel getting long form content, then that's the expectation. If they're used to coming to your channel and getting short form content and you have a lot of shorts posted, then again, that's the expectation. So when you do the variety, it does impact what people are coming to watch. And so you almost have to look at the analytics and see what's performing better. Is it your shorts? Is it your long form? Now, I will gather that the way I set things up, try one video on Fiverr and see what you think. Okay, that's okay. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Nika, you're right. Hey, I need to stop waiting and just seeing. I'm just gonna do it. I'm going to post a video, or find somebody on Fiverr that I can see if they'll post a video. Maybe I'll give them. I have to look and see which one I give them, but maybe I'll give them a video to edit and do the timestamp and maybe make a few shorts with it. So I would venture to say, I was about to go on this whole point about shorts. I would venture to say my content probably is, or my page, my channel that is probably more suited for shorts. Although I do the long form here and have longer conversations that I talk about, I think the way my channel was originally designed, it was some shorts that I put out there. I put a lot of shorts in the beginning. So that could be the case that people are looking more for shorts from me. The only thing I would say though to that notion is that I don't have a large subscriber base. So I still have time, space, opportunity. It's not like I have millions. It's not like I have thousands. So with that, I still have opportunity to grow my subscriber base in a way that they will probably absorb more of my long form content too. Long form is ideally the way to go, just so that you guys know, because YouTube, the YT, is based on watch time. So you want people to watch your content. You want them to binge watch your content, because in that watch time, if you have more and more people interacting and watching your content, then that becomes a way for, that's one of the key metrics that YouTube uses in terms of your growth and your monetization. Okay, so watching your content is best, so people lean towards, and that's kind of the old tried and true. I tell you all the time, it's a search engine. So people lean towards making sure they had videos, long form videos. And when I say long form, I'm talking anywhere between 5 minutes to about 15, 20 minutes at max. If you get over that, then it becomes podcast-like. It becomes something where people are like, okay, I only have so much time to give you. When you do lives, which is great, people are watching you live and they'll tune in and they may stay longer, because it's almost like Nika, you call it a TV show, but it's like watching a television show, depending on what the person's talking about. And so people tend to tune in a little longer because it's live content, as opposed to watching a video where they want to come in, get the information real quick. They saw the thumbnail, they saw what you were talking about, they're looking at it and they're like, okay, let me look and see what this is all about. And I want to give you 10, 15 minutes of my time doing that. So just kind of think of it from that perspective. You don't want to overdo it either. Okay. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you supporting the live. Let me say this. TikTok gave us the flash goal. If you are here, you'll see it up there. I need one more donut. So if you're in the room and you have not given a donut, I appreciate the support. If you can do that, friend. How you doing, Rachel Sunflower friend? How's everything going? And so appreciate hitting the flash goal, friends. Thank you so much. And then we're going to share out the live. Thank you for that daily heart me. I'm going to share out the live to some of my friends and supporters to let them know I am here going live. Appreciate your friend. Thank you so much. Let's see. Appreciate everybody coming in. And again, we got the one. Oh, look at your friend. I didn't have to say it again. Look at you. So TikTok was nice to me. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So TikTok was nice to me because it gave it to me super early. The room is just getting active, I guess. So we'll see how the flow goes. And it was donuts and not the heart me. So, but it could have been the heart me. It was still early enough that it still could have worked to be the heart me. So I'm probably gonna stay live probably right around 90 minutes. I'm trying to be cognizant of my time. I'm trying to make sure I'm a little bit more productive. You guys saw I posted something this morning. I'm really focused on trying to get at least one thing posted a day. Now, I say that recognizing that I actually, for this channel, this page, I need to be a little bit more proactive with getting at least 2 to 3 posts a day, if not more. So it's important to have a lot of content circulating, and so that the algorithm can pick that up. And depending on what people are looking for, your audience, your viewers, your followers, that is, to what they're looking for, then essentially that will allow your content hopefully to have a little bit more traction, and then you'll see more engagement because people are liking your content. You get the views as well as you're getting comments, and then maybe some reshares, some reposts, and favorites. So that becomes part of where you want to make sure you're posting content, maybe a few times a day, different times too, to see what's going to work for you. I'm also trying to be a little bit more cognizant of my analytics. So if you are taking a look at your analytics too, that's a good way to see who's watching your content, or how many views you're getting, who's watching it from demographic data that they have in there. They'll have gender, they'll have age, they'll also have country of origin. So you really can get a sense of who actually is engaging with your content and where are they from, or what demographic category they're in. And so because of that, you can start tailoring your content towards that group. Now, if you are looking at yourself and saying, you know what, my age group is a certain, profile type, how do you make content that's going to speak to them as opposed to speaking to a different demographic? So just kind of keep that in mind. That's all part of your content creation. So what I posted today was just really a quick video with a trending sound that talked about consistency. Nika, I thought about you because I laughed a little bit. If you go back and look at my video, I said maybe it's the ashwagandha. Because I said I put that in the video, or in the text on screen. I said maybe it's the ashwagandha or my calm demeanor. But I try to be unbothered. So yes, that made me laugh because I was like, let me just put something in here. That was a little Easter egg for you, friend. You said maybe it's the Maybelline. But yeah, that was just a little bit nudge to you. So when you go watch that video, it's like, she sees me, she knows me. That was for me. You just made me laugh about that ashwagandha. I was like, you know what? It is. You remember those Maybelline? Yes, I remember those Maybelline commercials. Maybe it's the Maybelline. Yes, so yes, the ashwagandha is helpful. It is definitely helpful, friend. It is it is helping. Now it's funny because I don't know if I get as much. Now the super calm, I do drink it, so maybe that is part of it. But I just, at the end of the day, I was like, you know what? Some of the stuff you can't control. There's some things you can do, and I can control me and how I operate, and that's it. You say energy, friend. That's it. Yep. So how you doing, Dorothy? That's it. So so for me, it's about positive energy in that way too. Positive, not being stressed about it. Because this is a lot. It's a lot. If you're doing it, how you doing, Angie? If you're doing this and you're showing up and you're making this part of your journey, your job, your purpose. People say you're walking in your purpose. I'm walking in my purpose. So I'm doing this and I'm like, okay, now how do I do this in a way that's still not going to overwhelm me, not going to stress me out? And so yeah, that's what I think about. That's how I look at this. And I'm still trying to, go day by day, figuring it out. So we'll see. Hello, Dorothy. Appreciate your friend. I was crying laughing for real about the ashwagandha talk on your live the other night. I really do. I didn't really make the correlation until you said it. It's like, it's ashwagandha and everything. You said it might be. That's why you act like that. Positive energy is key. It is. It is. You have to be, because it's overwhelming. So the sound bite, the trending sound I used was the one where they're saying post the content, do this, do that, do this. And so when you have all these messages, all this information pouring at you, like how do you make it make sense for you? How do you identify what is the most important things you want to hone in and focus on? And in that way, you just lean into that. So how do you do that in a way that hopefully will help you, take bite-sized steps at this, little, chunks of things that you can do here and there, but you're not trying to do it all at one time. Because when you do it all at one time, you rarely are able to do any of it well. So what I'm trying to do now is hone in on my content creation. I have to post more content. I have to get into a rhythm. They talk about the batch posting. I ain't got to that point yet, but I do things that I think will help simplify the process for me a little bit more. So that's kind of what I'm focusing on. Thank you so much, friends. And then just trying to be consistent. That's what I did for that particular video. My text on screen was TikTok tip. Consistency is key. And just making sure that you're being consistent. And I did, so if you guys do want to engage with that video, I did ask the question, like, what are some best tips, some tips that you also have? Because that's important. You learn from other people too. And so if there's something you're doing, I love it when you guys come back and share little things that you're doing, even in the live, because we're all learning. We're all trying to figure this out. So are you selling permanently? Selling TikTok shop? Is that what you meant by that? TikTok shop on my Dr. Lisa Shops page. I am doing TikTok shop. So yes, on that page. Now I don't do it on this channel. Although I will say this. Yes. So TikTok shop. I will say this. Hey guys, so here's why I say post the content too. And recognize over time, your content's going to reach different people. So post the content. So I had a video when I first started off. Now we're talking about, these videos are, I want to say November of last year when I got TikTok shop. So I maybe December. I have to go back and look at the timestamp. But I'm going to say maybe November, December of last year. These videos I did. And they were videos where I had the microphone. Actually, where is it at? Let me see if I can get to it quickly. Yeah, I can. Okay. This microphone here. It's in this TikTok shop. So in this particular TikTok shop, I had this microphone product. And I posted, I think I did 2 videos with the microphone, and I was talking and walking outdoors with it, because you had that one, yes. So I like this one because of the noise cancellation, especially when you're outdoors and you don't hear the wind, you don't hear all that sound. So I did 2 videos with that, and I kid you guys not, I no exaggeration. Maybe I'll do a screenshot one day. I have to see if I can go to the page and do a screenshot. I think I get sales on this microphone twice a month. I think I got like 3 on this microphone this month in July. Like it pops up for people. I don't know what it is. It's some video. Maybe they're binge watching my content and they come across the video. It's like, oh, let me get the video. Let me get this microphone. I have that one too. You do? Yeah. And so it's actually been a video that has performed well for me. And not that it's a high commission. It's not a high commission at all. But my point is, it has generated sales over the months. Just because it's out there. So I don't know if it's showing up on people's algorithm on the FYP, or if they come to my page and they come across that video and they click, let me purchase this one. You said I have that one too. Everybody has that. What's the commission on shop? It depends on the product. So for this microphone, I think I get, it's over $1. I want to say it's like $1.15 for this particular microphone. So yeah, it's one of the products that's over $1. I try to be honest with you, when I select products, I try to make sure that they're at least $1, depending on the product, depending on what the commission is. But I try to aim towards that. Is there a percentage you get? So the way the commissions broke down, it'll share the percentage of that dollar of the sales. So I don't know what the commission on that one is. I'm gonna say it's easily 15%. On average, commissions run 10%. 10% high end is like 20. That's on the higher side, 19, 20. You can get some that are higher, 30%. But on average, it's about 10. Anywhere from, I've seen as low as 8. So 8 to about 12 is what the average range, what people will see. And then when you get to the 15, the 19, that's kind of trending higher. Okay. Hey friends, come on in. I appreciate you all joining. Thank you so much. Nika, are you thinking about shop? I mean, you're close, friend. I know you've been kind of steady Eddie with your growth and trying to be intentional about your growth strategy. But are you thinking about doing a shop, TikTok shop, and just doing maybe shoppable videos and stuff? If you didn't want to do the live hosting, shoppable lives that is. Angie, let me know if you had questions. I know we had talked about shop before. So I ended up buying this newer microphone. This microphone here. I have not used it yet. I need to plug it in and try it out. Charge it and get it going. I think I'm going to like it. Turn my light back on. I think I'm gonna like it. However, I've been using my phone, so this is a new phone, so the microphone sound is here. It's just fine. My tablet, I don't have it plugged in right now, but I usually have the podcast sound from my podcast mic. So when I got this, I was like, well, you know what? This might be good again for going outside, doing outdoor content, and having that noise cancellation. That was kind of my thinking. Because this one was fine. However, I really didn't like it when I came indoors. And then when I used it, it kind of made that scruff sound. So I was like, oh, let me see if I can find a better quality mic, just a slight upgrade. I think I will have a shop and open it with products I'm using in the live. That's good. Yeah, that's it. That's kind of what happened here. Thank you so much for that level up cake, friend. That's kind of what I did for this page. So if you look at my shop for this channel, is stuff that I use in a live. I need to update some things, but yeah, it's pretty much what I'm using here. You said, I see many people doing their makeup and skincare that way. Yes, yes, yep. So yeah, if your live is on a certain topic, yeah, you're right. People who do skincare, who are in the beauty niche, and they are doing their morning routine, possibly their evening routine, their makeup, whatever it is. Thank you so much, friend. Appreciate my allergies are trying to act up. Depending on what they're doing, yeah, easily. You can kind of get dressed with me and do your makeup and you're talking to people. Yeah, absolutely. That's a good one. Then it's not really high pressure. It's just a hangout. I think it's more for me. Yes. I love that. And again, depending on what your routine is. So if you have products that you're focused on, I'm yawning. I have not had my coffee. I might have to pop in a cinnamon gum. I may have to pop in some of my gum, my neuro gum. So this is on my shop page, the neuro gum. I may have to, but we'll see. I did it last week with the chewing on the camera. I try not to chew my gum on the camera. And maybe reviewing products, I'm interested in doing that. That's a good one. Yeah. So if you're reviewing products, are you saying reviewing products as far as content or in your live? Because in your live, I would imagine you would turn on the shop and say, okay, I reviewed this product. Here's what I think of it. Watch my video. It's on my page. In my shop, I'm going to show you all the features and benefits. And I'm going to talk about the product because I think this product is great. Something like that. So you could do a review, but you also could get sales if that is a product you want to promote. But I would tell you, yeah, the main thing is do something that feels natural. The products I'm promoting now, I think they're fine. They don't all feel natural for me, so I'm still kind of learning, especially the health niche. I will say that the health niche is just different. I want to keep it fun, so it's sometimes sustainable for me. Yes, yeah, that's true. Yeah, fun is better. And then again, just feeling comfortable with the products. Although, obviously you're with, like I'm with an agency and you're looking at trying to have a broad reach of products that you want to offer, that's something you want to keep in mind too. Because at some point, products will trend. And so you want to make sure you're always kind of thinking about what's your approach with your audience. Are you bringing them trends? And so that's not a bad thing if you are, because you're bringing them the latest and greatest. Or if you're bringing them a specific type of product, maybe you're bringing them something that, again, is part of your routine, but it's tried and true. Maybe it is a popular top brand, and that's what you're sharing with them. But I will tell you, if you do trends, then there's a likelihood of when you're posting content about those products that other people will look for, are searching for that product, and it will have a broader reach. So it just depends on how you want to do it. Um, but I think there's something to be said about making sure you're offering a variety, especially if you're going live, because it can become mundane where you're talking about the same things over and over again. And I personally kind of feel and experience that. So I'm like, okay, I did my health products over the last 4 weeks, 4 or 5 weeks I've been doing it. And then now I want to go back to electronics a little bit more. I'm actually thinking about beauty. So maybe some skin cream, some other oils and ointment for your hair, and some hair, skin, and nails and stuff. And so I'm really trying to figure out what else I could be doing. I have a couple products that are in the beauty niche, so I probably will start introducing those as another way to kind of bring those to the forefront, especially as we get ready for the holidays. That's kind of what I'm thinking. And then also when it comes to kitchen, I'm intrigued about that, because when I was in the kitchen, I was like, oh, it would be great to do kitchen, because there's a lot of great tools and products out there that people may want to add to their kitchen options and stuff, to their appliances and other gadgets and stuff. So I have a gadget that just got sent to me. I can't get to it, but I think I'm gonna do a video about it. I'm not gonna probably do a live. I think I'm gonna do a couple videos where it's a jar opener, but it's for people. You know how you have tough jars that you're trying to open. I just think it's really cool, but it definitely opens jars pretty easily. Um, Something that feels natural and true to me. Yes, I follow a couple of creators that get PR and make things go viral. They film their reviews live. Ooh, I like that. Okay, interesting. Oh, that's a good one. Um, yeah, so you definitely want to do that then. That's a great way to approach it. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you joining the live. How you doing, Luna? Appreciate you coming on in. I saw you come in, friend. Let me know if you are in the room. Let me know you're here. If you have questions, please let me know. Like I said, I'm taking this any direction you want to take it. We were kind of having this shop conversation for a second there. Who else in the room is doing TikTok shop? Who else in the room is on shop too? Good morning, all. Good morning, friend. Who else is doing shop? If you want to put that in the chat for me, I want to make sure that we're answering specific questions too. Shop is not for the faint of heart. You said I am. Jess, I don't think I knew that. Really? Did you just start it? Let me know. Did you just get started at it? I haven't set my products up yet. Okay, okay. Do you want me to talk about product selection and stuff? Let me know if you have some questions. I can go through a couple tips and stuff if you need me to. And then I am with an agency. You say sure. It's like, oh yeah. How do you stitch a video? You know what? I've never stitched a video. I've never done it. So to tell you how to do it, I don't know if I can tell you the exact steps, because have I done it? You know what? I don't think I've done it. No, no. I was about to say I think I did it on the shop page when it was not the shop page. I thought I might have done it once over there, but I don't think I did. Okay, yeah, go to YT. But essentially, I think you just click the stitch button. So if you have a video that's in your camera roll, I think you first have to save the video. I think you have to click the stitch, and then you upload that video that you want to stitch, I think, and then you do your other video. I'm not sure though. I've never actually done it. You know what? When I started off on TikTok, it was actually going through a phase of not, or of people saying you shouldn't do it. Now, I don't know if that's still true, but people were discouraging you from stitching videos. I think they had to do with people complaining about not giving permission, but I think the algorithm or the app actually has the video available for people. You have to click that option now. So I think things have changed. That was maybe about 6 months ago. No, maybe about 9 months ago, that people were like, don't do stitches because it'll mess up your algorithm. You'll get violations, blah, blah, blah. So I think they've now changed it where you can do it without issue because the video you're trying to stitch has been given permission. So, but again, I've never jumped onto the stitch or the duets. I don't think I've done either one. Have you heard of the Squad Up program? Just started getting some of this content in my feed. Squad Up, Squad Up, Squad Up. Squad Up program is that TikTok Shop? Is that the one where they're trying to give you a coach? Let me know if that's what it is. Jazz, you said, yeah. Were you talking about the stitching stuff when I was saying not to do it? Yes. Okay. Yeah. I saw it. I saw it in my TikTok Shop. So I saw it. I clicked to it. I didn't read all the details. I did click on it. And it seems as if I thought it was coaching somebody said it was coaching for a fee. There's a fee in there. Again, I didn't look at all the details, but I do remember seeing and clicking to it. And it was like coaching services. And so I was like, oh, that's it. That's an interesting concept. And it's a needed one. Let me tell you, TikTok Shop is not easy. And so coaching and having somebody you can go to get some guidance from is definitely necessary. It's definitely necessary. The other mother, you asked, what is a stitch? A stitch is where, if I understand correctly, it's somebody's video. And maybe it's a video where you're doing a funny trending dance and something, and then you'll see where it says stitch incoming, and then it's the person who is coming in after. Maybe it's me, and I'm saying, okay, that video, that dance is not something you want to do. So I think people do stitching in that way. There's different ways you can do stitches, but people will say and it usually has this message that says incoming stitch, so that you know that it's somebody else's about to come in on that video, and that was just kind of almost like an intro. If it's a popular creator, I see it works in people's favor. They also might repost or mention you. Oh, okay, that's true. I like that. Yes. Yes, some have $250. Ooh, got it. Yeah. Yeah, have you ever seen those videos that says stitch incoming? Like it's almost like you're stitching in, like it's their video. Imagine someone sewing in, stitching in their video too. So Nika, yeah, yeah, it definitely is based on someone comment. It is definitely based on trends. So you can get a creator, and I think that was the thing. A lot of those big time creators, I don't know if they make their videos stitch eligible, like if they allow you to do that. So I think that's part of it too. But you're right, you have to find a good trending video, and then you kind of ride that wave and put your own flavor to it. So yeah. Yeah, the fee, the $250, that's a hefty fee. But to a certain extent, if you are really trying to do TikTok Shop, you need help. I'm gonna say it. You don't know what you don't know. There are a lot of nuances to it, and so you want to get support. You want to get help. Now I use Live Legion, and Jessica's great. She is really good with helping to explain things, but what I will say is that you just got to stay in it too. There's some learning that you have to do on your own, and you want to go to somebody like that you can go back and say, okay, here's what happened to me. What do you think about this? How do I fix this? What's going on here? And so you want to be able to have that person. The $250, it just depends on that coaching session, what they have available, what they're offering, how many times you'll be able to connect with them, because it's not a one and done type thing. TikTok Shop is ongoing. And so right now I got I'll talk to Jessica probably today or tomorrow to find out about my video that got those points assessed. And I was like, I just did what the app told me it was okay to say. And so I feel like, there's a lot of gotcha moments too. So you just got to be careful how you say things, what you say. There's information in there for you to learn and do it on your own. Don't get me wrong, but it's a lot of information to absorb. It's a lot. Hey, Miss Darlene, how you doing, friend? Hopefully you're feeling better with each day. I know you're feeling better. You're recovering. So hopefully this is a good day. Dr. Lisa, I sent you a message, and Sarah, I sent you a message back. You said, Dr. Lisa, I sent you a message. You didn't see my message then. I sent you a message back. I got your message, friend. So yeah, we definitely can connect. So that's totally fine. You said okay. Actually go back and look at my message and let me know what time today or tomorrow. So let me know what time works, so I know what I'm doing this morning. Um, Thank you, Miss Darlene, for the shares. I appreciate you. So my friend Jess, are you still with me? Jess, let me know if you're still here, friend. Okay, so TikTok shop. We're gonna talk about that a little bit. I'm gonna help Jess with her setup. So want to make sure you are still here. Um, want to make sure you are still here. Oh, you said okay, and then Miss Darlene said, when is our Zoom meeting? You want? Oh, my next Zoom meeting. It's gonna be next Sunday, not this Sunday, but next Sunday. I will put it out there. Thank you for sharing that, saying that out loud. Hold on a second. What day is next Sunday? Is August 3rd. August 3rd. August 3rd, I'm going to do it, okay. Because I try to keep it towards the beginning of the month. That's kind of my intent, just to make it kind of a monthly check-in conversation. I see it. That should work for me. Today should work. Let me know if that's what you meant today. Say yes to today. So you're getting paid for live still. So you're getting paid for live still. Ritual Sunflower, yes. And Jess, you're still here. Am I getting paid for live still? TikTok pays based on any rewards I get, any diamonds, anything like that. Yeah, yeah. You're saying I don't get paid? Why did you ask that question? You want to know how you get paid? Let me know if that's what you were asking. Um, and I can talk about the Scale Live rewards. Let me know if that's something you want me to go down the path for, in terms of payment for lives. Because you said payment for lives, so I'm assuming you're just saying generally showing up. If people gift you, you get diamonds from that. Those diamonds convert into rewards. Now, obviously, TikTok takes anywhere between 60-80%. Yeah, are the rewards still small? Yeah, TikTok. It depends on how many diamonds you get. And collect throughout your live, the rewards are still small because TikTok takes upwards of 60% of it per live. Yes, it's called live rewards info. Yes, to call live reward info. What do you mean? You want to know more about the live rewards, Scale Live rewards? Angie, I think that's what you're saying. Let me know if that's what you're asking. Let me talk about shop real quick for my friend Jess, so she gets her shop information. And please continue to like the live. We're at 10.9K liking the live, commenting. Let me put my other account on. And commenting and sharing out the live is so helpful. Thank you, friend. If you have any questions too, let's put in the chat. Let me know if there's another question. Let me go to. Thank you so much, Danny. Thank you for the shares, friend. Appreciate all the support. And then let me go to my other account. I'm gonna go there so I can. Let's go. Give me 1 second, y'all. I want to set up this other account so I can also like my live. Let's see. And okay, so we're gonna talk about TikTok Shop real quick. We'll go down that path just so that we can help Jess set up her page. And so this is just gonna be a quick things that you want to keep in mind as you're talking about setting up your account. Now, when it comes to thinking about products and stuff like that, a lot of TikTok Shop is First of all, a lot of it is making sure you understand the rules for being under the Creator Pilot Program. So the full unlimited affiliate program is when you have 5K followers. The pilot program is where they'll give it to you where you have about 1,000 or more followers, and you'll get at least 5 shoppable videos you can post, and um, 5 shoppable videos, and also 3 lives typically. You can also, if you're a live host and you go live consistency, there's some ways that you can get live access unlimited, because that's something they're promoting. They're really trying to push more towards live hosts, those shoppable lives. But the goal is to get to unlimited so that you can put as many videos out there as much as possible. Um, so that hopefully they catch a trend, they get categorized, people are looking for that type of product, and you are able to get sales because people click your link in your bio. I'm sorry, your link in your video, and then buy the product. So that's the goal. So that's ultimately, but that comes with a volume thing. So you don't necessarily see it when you only have a 5. You might have a lucky video, a video that just performs really well. But for the most part, you don't see it when you have the 5 shoppable videos. You see it with the unlimited, because you have a lot of volume out there. Let's say, how do you make money on TikTok? The other mother, stay with me. It worked. Soul Vibes, how you doing? Soulful Vibes. It worked. Let me know what you meant by that. Do you mean the shoppable videos? Yeah, shoppable videos is definitely a volume thing. Having enough volume out there. How you doing, friend? Having enough volume out there, and then, like I said, with the 5 videos, it's a matter of how you do those videos, and you will. It's just a matter of, it's mainly the volume is that you want to pay attention to. The other thing is just having a high quality video. And so, high quality video that's categorized and that it is speaking to a specific target audience because they're shopping for that product. So, trending products, those type of things are what you want to pay attention to. Angie, thank you for the subscription, friend. I see you. Thank you so much, friends. Um, I'm doing my subscriber only live this Wednesday also. Subscriber only live Wednesday at 6:30. So I try to do it every other week. So I'm going to get the second one in for, or maybe this is actually the third one in for the month of July. So it'll be July 28th. I gotta go to look. 8th or 9th, one of those dates. um, it's not 8th, is it? July 30th. That's it. July 30th. Okay. So that's what I'm doing. Okay. So I'll do that on the 30th. For any subscriber, it's to ask me anything. We'll talk, we'll chat. You can come up. And then I usually try to leave you with some monetization tips too. So that's another thing that I try to do for my subscribers. So you kind of understand some things you want to do so that hopefully you are making money on this app and maybe even beyond. Okay. So let's see, Danny, I might have missed something. Okay, I finally got enough to do unlimited lives and shoppable lives, but I mainly sell my books. Oh, okay. So you have a business account, or are you saying you could sell other people's products? I'm assuming you can. You can sell other people's products. Good morning. How you doing, Principal Martin? Appreciate you, friend. So so if you got unlimited, try to maximize the unlimited. That's what I do. Yes, business account. Okay, so you got to shop. So you got to promote your products. Okay. Yeah, but I would still tell you to try to put a lot more content out there. If you can put the content out there, that's a good best practice. I am still evolving into that. I will say this. In my shoppable lives, now this is a tip that if you get access to this, turn it on. In my shoppable lives, I can now do auto post. I'm still trying to work through what I talk about because so you leave it up to the algorithm to TikTok to create a post for you after you finish your live. So what has happened with me doing these auto posts, when I'm talking in my live, there's times I'm kind of talking about the product. You guys hear me talking. Sometimes it might sound a little disjointed. Thank you so much, Laura Lynn, like that when I talk to you all, or I might give a story or an anecdote. So things like that. So what I've noticed with those videos is that sometimes it did well. They probably I think they've done about 8 for me now. Out of the 8, there's probably 3 I think are good. But that tells you the percentages are not high that they have good videos, that they're creating this compilation, this montage to talk about the product. So I got to work on how I'm talking about the product, but recognizing that they're going to auto post for me, which I do like. I don't have to post now. I don't have to go back and find a clip. I don't have to do that because they posted it for me and the product link is there. So it's a trade-off, but it is posted content. So it's a trade-off though. So I would say you said that was a game changer. Yeah, I like that. I like it. I think it's a great idea. It's a little bit of the execution they need to work on in terms of how they're pulling these videos together. But it also makes me think about how I'm talking about the product. So now I got to get better too. You know what I'm saying? So like when I'm talking about it, I have to be a little bit more um, focused on some of the features and the descriptors and how I share my stories and why you want the product. Like now I need to think a little differently about what I'm saying in that live and how it could potentially become content. Okay, so that is a game changer. It is really a game changer. So I do like it because really what's happened now is that I have eight. I did my 3 lives Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for my shoppable lives, and I just got eight videos posted for me in those 3 days. 8 videos was posted. So now, like I said, I don't like all the videos, but I did get 8 videos. So now today, you said, what is your topic? My topic for shop. Is that what you mean, TikTok shop? TikTok shop, I am doing health products, health supplements, and some tech products. So mainly, I sit in that space of health and wellness and tech. Yeah, yeah. So that's what I'm doing. You said the topic for this live. Coach, the principal Martin, you said, am I sitting here for this one or not? Okay, friend. This well, what I was about to talk about is TikTok Shop. So we're gonna talk about TikTok Shop a little bit. I think Angie wanted me to talk about the Scale Live rewards. She also, and then the other mother wanted me to talk about how to make money on the app. So I've got 3 different requests. So let me lean into TikTok Shop for about another 10 minutes, and so that way I can help Jess with her product selection, and then I'm going to I'll switch to Scale Live Rewards, and I'll also talk a little bit just broadly. I mean, TikTok Shop is how you make money. Scale Live Rewards is another way for the live. I can't do TikTok Shop, not enough followers. Um, you're close. Friend, you got over 1,000 followers. You're close. You talking about getting another page for it? Thank you so much, Danny. Appreciate you, friend. Yeah, you are knocking on the door. So let me know if I need to talk about how to get access because you literally are right there. Do you do shop tonight? I'm not doing shop tonight. Tonight gonna be my night off. I was thinking about doing a pop up though. It's funny you say that. I really was thinking about doing a pop up. I may do it still. We'll see. I might just do a pop up. How many followers I need? You can get TikTok Shop pilot program with 1,000 followers. They don't give it to you right at 1,000. It's usually like 1,200, maybe 1,500. But you gotta let the algorithm know you want access. Yes, how to get access. So yes, I'll stay with me. Now you gotta stay. So stay with me. Okay. So here, a couple things. Jess, when you are picking out products, Jasmine, make sure you're with me. Put it in the chat, friend, and make sure you guys are liking the live, commenting. You said laugh out loud. So make sure you guys are liking the live, comment. You said here. Okay. So I'm gonna give you 3 tips. Okay, this is for your product selection. So Jasmine recently got live at TikTok Shop. She has the pilot program. I'm pretty sure of it. And then ultimately, yes, definitely share the live. Thank you, Nika, friend. Appreciate you. Share out the live. If you want to power share, press my nose down. Share out the live to your friends. Engagement. Thank you so much, friends. So 3 things I'm going to tell you to do. So you are going to go to the product marketplace. Let me take you another place first, okay? So when you first go on TikTok Shop for Creator, TikTok Shop for Creator, you're on that home screen for TikTok Shop for Creator. As you're on that home screen, I want you to go in the right corner. The right corner, hello friend, the right corner probably has either 3 lines or it may be the option where your logo face is showing there. They've changed it up. So the 3 lines I think are phasing out. Now they're putting that logo face. So if your logo is there or your image from your profile, if it's sitting in that right corner on TikTok Shop for Creator, click it or click the three lines, whichever one is there. Click it. Once you click it, it takes you almost to like this settings page, like or options. It's going to be a pop-up with different options for you. The one that you want is the privacy. Well, first of all, you want to scroll down to the Creator Pilot Program. That's what it's going to show you. Um, Let me do this. I'm gonna walk you through. I have my other phone, y'all, now. I was doing, hold on, I was doing some tapping on my other account, but I am going to show you what I'm talking about, friend. So you are gonna get a true walkthrough because I want to support you, Jess. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna go to my shop page. So now I'm going to my shop page. That's what I'm going to. So on my shop page, I am going to, hold on 1 second. I'm going to TikTok Studio, okay? So I'm gonna go to TikTok Studio. Love that you have your second phone. I know now, look at y'all, I'm brand new. I'm walking y'all through real time. Okay, so on this page, we're gonna go under the monetization options. We're gonna go to TikTok Shop for Creator. So I went to TikTok Studio, you see tools, you see live. This is also for my friends in the room who don't know if they got live access. You should see tools and live whenever I talk about that. Social worker also, thank you so much. Love. So we're gonna click TikTok Shop for Creator. So under TikTok Shop for Creator, so from my screen, let's see, from my screen you'll see those three lines. Some people have their face here, okay? So I'm gonna click those three lines. That's in the top right corner. And then it takes me to the settings page, okay? And so what I want you to click here is this Creator Pilot Program option first. I want you to click there. The reason why I'm asking you to click there is because I want you to know, so for me it says unlimited. I have unlimited access. So I want you to know what type of access you have. Do you have 3 shoppable videos? 3 shoppable lives, 5 shoppable videos. You need to know the parameters, and you need to look there to know the parameters because you want to know what constitutes as a post for a video. Like it breaks it down for you, so you want to read that. So I take you there first. So anybody who got shop and you have never gone to the information for your Creator Pilot Program, click it so you know what exactly you have access to and how do you fulfill that. Okay. And I would say sit into it because they use a lot of verbiage there. 5 videos, 5 shoppable lives. Perfect. And then go back and read it though, because you need to know, because some people are like, I didn't realize that constituted as one of my shoppable videos. I just did XYZ. I can't remember. But there's some things in there that surprise people, that it deducted from that 5 if you do certain things. So just keep that in mind, that you don't want to do something that you didn't inadvertently didn't want to take away from your 5 shoppable videos. Does that make sense? So go back and read it though, because it'll kind of do a breakdown. The other thing I want you to look at, we're going to kind of work from the bottom up. The next thing is this collab preferences. This is something that you want to pay attention to, because it actually is going to be part of, should we have many devices for our live? You can operate off one device, one phone. But this just becomes, because I'm a teaching live, it just becomes easier to kind of teach and share information. I literally just got this week because this was my old phone. This is what I was doing lives on, and I upgraded my phone. So now I have the 2 devices. This phone is on like the Wi-Fi in the house, and then I have my tablet that I'm able to record myself as I'm doing the YouTube. So that's why. So literally I'm working off 3 different devices when I have my tablet going for YouTube. Here I'm on the phone for you all, and then this one has become another device for me to do tapping and then also show my shop page to you all. So it's become convenient. What I'm about to talk about, Jazz, when we talk about these collab preferences, actually are the 3 things you want to pay attention to when it comes to picking your products. Okay, you want to pay attention to how many units have been sold. What's the shop you know, the shop units sold is good. Pay attention to shop ranking. That's also important to pay attention to. You want to pay attention to the product category, like what category you're trying to pick from and what products you're interested in promoting. So you need to kind of know that in advance. What's your commission rate? Like, what do you want your commission rate to be? And so, and then overall product ratings as well. Okay. Um, you said, Lena, how you doing, Lena? I have difficulty with one phone if I'm working in the garden or preparing food and trying to reply. Yes. Yeah, that's true for somebody who, you know, obviously for me, you know, when I do my shop, it's good to have my tablet because I'm doing my shoppable live on the tablet. I don't do it from the phone. I actually have the bigger screen. So I do my shop live from my tablet, but I also have my phone as my moderator. And so that account I'm able to look at and see how you guys see the product pinned on the screen. I can click to it. I can talk about the description because the tablet is a little bit further away from me. So the phone becomes a little more convenient for me to operate under. Although I've had a glitch lately, I'm not able to use this new account as a mod. So I may have to rethink the whole mod thing, but I do still use the phone because I'm still able to click to the product description and stuff like that. That's pinned. So that's helpful. But yeah, you're right. So 2 devices. And again, to your point, Lena, my daughter is Alina, spelled that way. But to your point, it's important depending on what you're doing in your niche. And like if you are doing something in your garden, if you are, look at your friend, thank you so much for the heart puff. Your level 6 was grayed out, so I got your back. your level 6 blue box is showing now. So and depending on what you're doing, you may want to have the 2 devices. And so again, it allows you to engage but still get your content, you're going live and you're able to film and stuff. So these preferences are important. So pay attention to what preferences you set for yourself. You want to set things where you get high rating for the shop. You want to make sure maybe your commission is set a little higher, 10% and higher. You can set what categories. If you click there, you can click which categories you want to be able to show up to get collab deals for. I have health, I have electronics, I have fashion, books, beauty, personal care. So I have different things that are set in here. So that's important for you to know. You said, wow, Luna, you didn't know that, friend. He was like, I didn't know that was there. So that's where you can get those. You can set the preferences for what type of collab deals that you want to see. Okay. And collab invites. And that's important because you want to make sure you're getting the right type of samples and invites and stuff for that. So pay attention to that. The next thing we're going to go to, so that you can go through this settings screen and just kind of click through all these different options. But the next one I want to go to is the privacy settings. Okay. No, I did not. There now. Look at you, man. So you'll tell, I pretty much have all this toggled on. So go through, read it, make it make sense for you. I don't want you to toggle something on you don't want, but I think I went through it like early in the process and I just turned it all on. Now I need to go back and see if I should in fact have all this on. So there's a couple things. It says authorize sellers to use affiliate videos in shop ad. I think I need to toggle that off. I think that's something that keeps automatically coming on for me when I do videos and I always turn it off. So that's something I may turn off there. But I need to go back and read it and make sure I'm not missing the details. So I'll look at it later. But just kind of keep that in mind. Those are the type of things that you want to pay attention to. The one I want you to really hone into is this last one. Thank you for going through this. Oh, you're welcome. This last one is, and so it actually, that's pretty good that it has me categorized. It says, so this last one I want you to pay attention to because it shows this, it's like the next to last one. So pay attention to the one that says, show agencies my main category. So for me, this is where when people say, what's your niche for shop? These are the categories that you picked really from that collab invite. That's kind of what you're prioritizing, but it also is reflective in what's in your showcase. The products you actually have in your showcase, that becomes kind of how you're being categorized too. Because TikTok is like, oh, okay, you mainly got electronics, so we're going to put you at electronics. Oh, you mainly got, personal items and healthcare items and supplements, we're going to put you there. They'll put you at 3. So for me, it actually does list 2. It lists personal care and health in electronics. Because when you look at my showcase, that's mainly what I've been posting. That's mainly what's in my showcase. It's almost like a balance between the two. So, mainly, and we're probably more leaning towards the healthcare, personal care, and healthcare right now. But recognizing that they also see the electronics. So, depends on what you're posting. Putting in your showcase. Depends on what you selected early on as your categories. This does change, but this has changed for me maybe 3 times. So again, it depends on what's in that showcase. I think that mainly dictates what you are actually saying is your main category. Okay, so pay attention to that too. Okay, so sorry, where can I find this? Hey, so y'all coming in like Lily's like, let me say something. How you doing, Lily? Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your friend. Where can you find this? This is under your let's go back a step. This is under the settings tab when you are on your TikTok shop for creator. It is, as you can tell right here, the upper part, TikTok shop for creator, that upper part, okay? And so with that, you are clicking those 3 lines, or it might be your face. Mine show 3 lines for this account. This account here, when I go to my TikTok shop, it has my face. So I just want to say that because I think the face is the newer way. You said, good morning. You're welcome, friend. Good morning. I think the face is the newer way that they're trying to update the accounts to show TikTok shop, but the 3 lines was the original way. So this account still has the 3 lines. So when you click those 3 lines, it takes you to this settings screen. Good morning. How you doing, Chrissy? So it takes you to the settings screen. And what I shared is that kind of work from the bottom up. Go to make sure you understand if you have the pilot program, in which you probably do. Make sure you understand what limitations you have, and then look at your collab deals. Thank you, Luna. Appreciate your friend for the subscription extension, friend. Thank you so much. Let me know if anybody has questions along the way. Thank you so much, friends who are liking the live and supporting the live. And then you will look at your collab deals. You can set those. And then thanks for sharing this information. You're welcome, friend. And then you can go up. You can look at your product information too. Any of these things I will tell you to go to, but I was right here under this privacy settings. That's where I was just at. So I clicked this privacy settings and it took me to this page. And then that bottom one, towards the bottom, the one that's here, talks about, I have my screen on. I'm going to turn this around so you can see it. So I had it on mirror. I'm going to turn around that way. This is amazing. Your subscription is a bargain. We are now getting deep. I know, friend. I know. I tell you, I don't gatekeep. I want you guys to be great. So this is where you can now see, I have a flip now for you. So you can see this show agency is my main category. So that last line, it will show you up to 3. I have 2. But if you look at my showcase, it is more or less what I've been selling, what I have in my showcase have been these 2 categories. Okay. So just know that that's most important. So now what you want to do, Jasmine, so here's what you're going to do, friend. If you all have any doubts about subscribing, I'm here to tell you Dr. Lisa's the real. Oh, you're so sweet. You're like, let me promote Dr. Lisa. I appreciate you, Luna. Thank you so much. Thank you. Look at you, Daddy said, wait a minute. Let me subscribe to this woman. Thank you, Daddy. I am doing my subscriber only live on Wednesday at 6:30. So this Wednesday at 6:30. So you can get more information there. And if you're doing shop, if I need to talk about shop on the subscriber only live, I'm happy to do that. How for set? So what do you mean? How to set up to get paid for TikTok shop, or just TikTok period, which is the same thing, probably period. You gotta have a PayPal account. That's the first one. PayPal account, Chrissy. And then you want to make sure under monetization, you click your what am I trying to say? You click your monetization options, your balance. If you have money that you're getting paid from already, you click that, and then you in turn, there's like a little credit card symbol. It looks like a little credit card. Make sure you click that in the top right corner so that you can start setting up your PayPal information. That's where you would go. Okay. All right. So now, Jess, now we're here, Fran. When you're on the main page, you're going to click product marketplace. Okay, so this is where you now can start deciding what products you want to promote. When you first do it, it actually will, the very first, if you've never done it before, it will actually show what categories you want to promote. It showed it under that category when I was in the settings and we said the collab invites, and you had the different type of collaborations you want. You got the different categories, product categories you want to select. You can do it there, and then you also should get that same screen on here the very first time you hit product marketplace. So that should be there for you. Thank you so much. You're welcome, friend. Can we see the subscriber only items at a later time? This week I will be at gaming conference. Look at you. Yeah, I'm fine with talking about it. When I do my subscriber only lives, I'm happy to go in whatever direction you guys want me to go into. And if you want to even come up and ask me anything, you can come up, we can talk through your situation. So if you want to talk about shop, or if you want to talk about something else, let me know. And so we can do it in the sub only live. Hello, friends coming in. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you all. So when you're picking your products, I mean, obviously, just really quickly, I'm going to pick something. You see the categories here? It says for you. Let's see. You see this? These are the categories. So you can pick different categories. Like, so for example, if I want to click TikTok, say personal care. So my fingers mirror. Oh, let me go back. My fingers mirror right now, so it's hard for me to type backwards. So I'm going to click health. So if TikTok is saying I'm health, I'm going to click different things under health. Sports health, vitamins, minerals, supplements, and then it starts showing me those products. Okay? So then when I click a product, I can look at earn this much commission. Let me click this first one. And then I always tell people to click the bottom part here where it says how much you're earning. This is the screen that matters to you. You can see other videos. This is where you can do your research. You can see other people who have posted videos about that product. You can see how that, what the commission is, how many units they still have available. That's important to know before you add a product to your shopping cart, because if it don't have a lot of units, then there's no point in adding it to your shopping cart because there's not many to sell. So you got to make sure that they refresh that. Here would also show if there's any samples available for this product. So you can pick that, and then I tell you all the time with the Create Now, this is where you're going to go and you get that video assistant. It'll give you a script for that product. So you can use that. And then if you like the script, you can copy it here. So just copy that script, and then you can add it as part of your, as you get ready to create a video. It'll let you always say click here to create your video first, because you want the product to be linked in your video. So this allows that product to get linked in the video. And then you can add that product, and then TikTok, and it says, do I want that AI to do the prompter? I'm going to say turn it on. It's on. So now we are seeing this teleprompter. And so that script I just copied, I can edit it. Let me go and click the edit button. And now I can delete all this stuff, or I can just hit return. I'm just going to do a quick copy. I'm going to hit copy. I'm going to paste it in there. And that whole script I just copied is in there now. And so now if I confirm it, did it confirm? Lord, I've been writing. And so if I start this video, let's start a 60-second video. You see that teleprompter moving? It's moving slow, but that teleprompter is moving for you. So all that's there, you can start talking about the product. You say, yay. So it's there. So if I wanted to talk about that product and just show the product, and I'd be like, hey, here's my collagen peptides, here's that product, blah, blah, blah. All the things you need to know about that product, I could do that and read the script as I'm talking about it. So it's moving slow-ish to me, so I would change it a little bit, but yeah. So that's in there for you, and it's still running the time. It's still talking, it's running. So say I wanted to use that, and it's there for me. So you guys see the video, And then you can edit the screen, and I can go in and change things about the video and do clips and all this stuff. How you did that again, Lord? Let me go back. I'm a tisker. You said, how did you do that again? And you went, I went too fast. So he's like, what? What did you do? Okay, let me start from the top. I'm gonna discard that. Okay, what I did, all I did, I picked the product. Remember, I picked this product. Didn't know where to find that. Look at you, Luna said, what? The first script. Okay, so remember, I picked this product. All I did was click to this product. Okay, and then I said, okay, click the part that talks about the commission. That's how you get this screen. It pops up. I said, these are examples. You can see other people talking about the product. I said, this create now is how you create a product, a shoppable video. That create now is how you're going to create your shoppable video. Yep. And that video assistant is where I got that script from. It generated that script for me. Now, here's my disclaimer for these scripts. You do need to go back and make sure the script is accurate about the product. You do want to kind of pay attention to this, because TikTok is being very shady, and for lack of a better word. They give you this feature, and then they will go back and say the things you're saying are in, it violates their community. You'll get a violation because you said something that was not accurate about the product. So that's actually a violation I'm fighting right now, because I use the script and it says something in the script that they're saying that's not totally accurate. And so personally, I don't know if I would have done anything differently, just to be honest with you. But I guess I could have gone back and looked at and fact checked how I said one word. Because I think I made it sound so absolute by using the language that was from the script, as opposed to saying something like you may have, or you know what I'm saying? Like, I should have changed the verbiage so it didn't seem so definitive. So I think that's what went wrong. If I was to kind of go back and try to dissect what I said wrong, because they did not tell me what I said wrong. But that's the only thing I can think of. It's like, well, maybe I shouldn't have made it sound so absolute, like that's a benefit. Because when you go back and read the description, I was like, no, it don't say it that way. So it says it this other way. So I was like, that's the way I should have said it. So in that way, I feel like, okay, well, I wouldn't have known that because I thought the script was correct. But you need to go back and fact check just to make sure. So that's my quick disclaimer. Just make sure you fact check before you use the scripts like this, okay? Especially if there's especially with the supplements. That's the problem with supplements. So it'll share some things, some features and benefits, but just kind of go back and check and be like, the way they said that seems so broad reaching, and you might want to go back and check before you say it. Okay. Hopefully that helps somebody. I mean, I don't know if TikTok is very funny, especially with the supplements, so you may still get in trouble, but try to check before you say something. If it doesn't seem like it should be said that way, make sure you go back and check it first. So that would be my tip for the day on that. So now you're here. I copied the link. This first thing here is where you can copy that link. It says copy the message is copied. And so I'm going to go back out of here. And then I'm going to go to camera. You always go to camera to post. Here's why you go in there, because this is your product link. And you can change this. You only get 30 characters, but you can change this. But I'm going to keep it the way it is just for demonstration's sake. And then I'm going to add that link. And it says, do I want to turn on teleprompter? And I'm going to say yes. Turn on the teleprompter. I'm trying to type backwards. And so that's the teleprompter. The teleprompter has that little pencil there where you can edit. Crap. And so all I did, I didn't delete all this other stuff. You could delete all this stuff. I'm going to delete it just so I can show you guys the full script. And then I'm going to add the script. So now I added that script that I just copied. And again, the script you got to pay attention to, because you might, once you add it here, maybe that's when you go in and be like, okay, what am I saying? Let me delete some of this stuff. Let me change it, that type of stuff. That's what I would tell you before you actually hit confirm. Will it show on the video or no? No, it's a teleprompter. So it's not showing. This is what you're reading. So you're confirming here. So now I have the script here. It says, here's a shoppable video script for the micro ingredients for oil of oregano. Okay, great. So essentially, once I start hitting, I could turn it to 60 seconds. Maybe I'm not going to use all the 60 seconds, but I'll turn it to 60 seconds. And so now that teleprompter script is moving, and I can decide, you know, what I say. Feeling the power of the mighty oregano. And it's moving kind of slow. So you can decide, because the 60 seconds, and your shoppable video should be around 30 seconds. That's a good video length. Oil oregano is potent, a remedy that can fight, oh my gosh, that was so fast. The boost of the immune system, known for its antifungal, antibacterial properties. So this is moving kind of fast, but again, I started reading it kind of late. But knowing that 60 seconds is going, you can also go back into the video. I'm going to show you guys in a second where you can edit and cut down parts and even split up parts of the video so that you're able to get it all in. Okay? So even though I was like rambling and not saying things correctly, so this video, so if I want to say this video is done, I can keep it, and then it goes, you see that little thing here? That's that little film reel that takes you into the edit mode. And so for this video, I can play around with some of the different clips. And if I wanted to edit, like slice it, so I can make a little slice, and then I can move that reel, I can move this little thing over. Hold on. You guys, I'm still operating from backwards. So this little thing here, I can make the video shorter. Like bring in, you guys see me moving it, I can bring in parts of the video that I want to focus on. Okay, so that's part of that editing. I hope you guys saw that. I don't know if that's a good view, but that's something you can do, so you can have little clips that you can create. And so as I'm talking about what is perceived to be a 60-second video, actually with me shortening it and cutting it down, I've already, just with that shortening there, I've already made it 48 seconds. See up there, that upper line, 48 seconds. So I can do that across that video, slice it up in different parts, move things around, and then make the video shorter. Okay, so that is there. How you doing, Silver Fox? Appreciate your friend. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you all. Hope you're feeling better, friend. Hope all is well and you're resting. So that's that video. And then, you know, you have the product link that shows up here. So you see the product link, you put in your description, you can add a hashtag, catchy hook to the video. So I would actually go back to that video and add some text on screen and maybe some other stuff. So all that's there. And then you see the product link. Okay. So I digress because I was talking about video editing, and I think, Jazz, your question was product selection. So let's go back. So we're going to delete this. Okay. So I'm going to delete this. I'm going to go back to that product. So now we're back here. We're going to add that product to our showcase. We would add it to the showcase there. That product would show up in our showcase. And then what you want to pay attention to. So let's go back to this product. A couple things you want to pay attention to. This is what I tell people. When you're looking at products, you want to look at the commission. So you earn $7.92. This product is $52. So you want to pay attention to commission. You want to pay attention to how many units have sold. Only 2 units have been sold. So that's not necessarily a trending product. Obviously, it's not a trending product. But oil of oregano as a product is probably trending. It's just the seller hasn't sold a lot of units. Does that make sense? So that's something you want to keep in mind too, because you could pick a product from a seller that is potentially a newer seller, but they have this product, but we know this product is very popular. So we may pick that seller because maybe their commission's a little higher. Maybe they're offering free shipping. Maybe they're offering a flash sale or something like that. Maybe they're offering a sample. So, you know, you might want to decide on a seller. You said, is that powder? It is, I think. Hold on. It is. Yeah. Let's say, is it the powder? No, it's soft gel it's soft gels. It's capsules. It's capsules. Yeah. So these are capsules. So that's what they look like. He said, oh, okay. He was like, is that powder? Let me, Dr. Lisa, put that in your shop. Do you want me to put it in my shop? Let me know. so that's something you want to pay attention. You want to pay attention to the product. Good morning. How you doing, friend? Rosalind, how you doing? Jazz, you laughing at me? Let me know. I'll put it in my shop for you, friend. Okay, so you want to pay attention to units sold. That's something you want to kind of pay attention to. Not all the times if it's not a trending product. Okay, so if it is not a trending product, then you really want to pay attention to, because if it's not selling, it's not going to sell. But if it is a trending product, a popular product, maybe the seller hadn't sold a lot of units, then that's where you can decide if you want to add the product or not. Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind. Now, when it comes to, let me flip my screen because I feel like I'm still backwards. Okay, there we go. When it comes to sales, units sold, pay attention to products that have at least 10K sold, units sold. And that's important because, again, that speaks to its market interest. There's enough people out there that are searching, they're interested in that product. So there's enough market interest. If you have a product that doesn't have, now some products may not have a lot of sales because it's very niche. And so for that niche, it might be a top selling product. So kind of keep that in perspective too. How you doing, Miss Treetop? Appreciate your friend. Thank you so much for coming into the live. Hello, DML. Thank you all for joining the live. Rosalind, thank you for the shares. I appreciate you all. So pay attention to that as well. Okay, the ranking of products. Say that again. The ranking of products. Product rankings matter. So, for example, like this product, it says top selling. It says top selling. Things are backwards again. I'm going to actually click that little arrow area. I want you guys to see that. You're welcome. This is something you want to pay attention to as well. So Jasmine, let me flip my camera around again so you guys can see it better. Okay. So what did I just do? How did I get here? Because I do want you to pay attention to this. Okay, so I'm going to come out of here. TikTok. TikTok has top selling, trending topics, products. They have all that. So, and then they'll have campaigns, top picks. They have all that stuff. So I think if you click it, let's see, we're going to click top selling. Yeah, it did it. Okay, so let's go to it. So if you click top selling or trending, either one of those, I'm going to click that. It takes you to that screen. Oh, it took you to trending. Let me go back to the other one. We'll do top selling. It takes you to this screen. Pay attention to these categories. Okay, so top selling takes you to this screen. Top ranking, trending, because this may be a good place to start with your product selection. Because if you're picking some top sellers, some trending products in your category, in your niche, that could be helpful if there's already interest in that product. And as you are doing shoppable videos, because you can do 5 a week, you might be able to get categorized and people are searching and interested in that product. So you could potentially get swept up. Potentially. I say that because obviously there's a lot of people out there doing it. So it just depends on how you promote your video, how you create a high quality video. It could get swept up. You want to contact the seller, send them your ad code, do all the things to help get your video pushed out. Okay? So all that's going to be important. So with that, you'll see the different categories you can check. You can click any of these. Top searches, rankings, top ranked, top selling, creator picks, most searched. So pay attention to these products. Pay attention again to units sold. I would also pay attention to the commission that you're going to earn, because this might be a top searching product, but this product is only 35 cents. So, for you to make any great money at it, even though it's most searched, you got to have a lot of units sold. You know what I'm saying? So just kind of keep that in perspective. Some people kind of stay in this as a strategy. Some people are like, you know what? I'm gonna have a lot of small commission products, and I'm gonna try to get a lot of volume of videos, get a lot of units sold, and then obviously all those things will add up. So every penny counts. So that is a strategy. I'm not knocking it, but just kind of keep that in mind in terms of your time, your energy, your effort, and you don't get much from it if you don't get enough sales. How do you provide a seller with your ad code? um, let's see. Um, you're going to message them or email them. Some sellers will ask you for your ad code too, so I just want to say that out loud. Hold on one second. So if you are, so when you are in your, let me go back to my home screen. So I'm on my videos. See, I told you guys my videos that got posted that are part of my, this is the pin rate video that got that violation. They got 278 views, and they don't want, and I hope, we'll see if I can get that appeal removed. I'm annoyed by that. But so if I click one of my videos, let's click a video. I don't. I'm gonna click a video. Click here. So I'm clicking a video. I am gonna go to. Once you can click a video, you can go to what's called ad settings. See that there? And then it'll take you to here. And you can set the ad settings. So these videos automatically posted. Now here's the problem with them automatically posted. I didn't realize they didn't turn on any of the settings with the automatic posting. So I got to go back. I probably need to go back to all these videos and turn that on. Because I need to add. The first thing I clicked on, you just saw it. It wasn't turned on. So it wasn't turned on at first. All this was all grayed out. So I need to turn on that brand, that disclosure, commercial content. I'm going to turn on the fact that it is branded. And then I'm going to add the brand. Which product was this? I don't remember what I pressed. Was it the Live Conscious? I think it was it the collagen peptides? What was this product? I don't remember what I touched. Oh gosh, let me go out. I don't want to put the wrong thing. I'm going to leave. Oh no, it's the neural gum. See, I was about to be wrong, y'all. I was going to be all wrong. So it's the neural gum. So that's what I'm clicking. Okay, so here. So I'm going back here, so it's all grayed out. I'm happy you asked that question because I did not realize that these were not filled in. So you want to fill this in. So when you post the video, you always want to turn on that content disclosure. Which one is the neural gum? Is that it? Neural? I'm going to assume that's right. I can't tell. I can't tell. That might not be the right brand. So you can put the brand name. I have to go back and look. Now I feel bad because I'm going to have to go back and really do my research on this. So here, video code. You see that video code? It hasn't generated it yet. I'm going to hit save. I'm going to turn off this anchor authorization because it says that they have the ability to post your video without your consent and then use it for extended use. And you want them always to come to you and ask. That's kind of the notion that they should ask permission first before they just start using your video in any kind of way. So here, now once you save it, it popped up video code. It said manage. So I'm going to click manage. It says copy code. So I can click copy code. Once I copy that code, I should be able to go to the seller. Now, what has happened for me is that I've tried to message inside here and it doesn't always work, but I'm going to see if it works this time. And so when you get messages, it'll say TikTok shop. I click TikTok shop. It says collab. See this neural gum? I don't think that was the right neural gum I pressed, y'all, because their logo is blue. So I clearly clicked the wrong one. Okay, so it says it here. It says, thank you for getting in touch. How to help you, blah, blah, blah. Let me see. I'm going to see if it'll let me. Oh, it does. It does let me paste. Let me see if it'll paste it. Oh, it pasted it, y'all. Okay, so it don't always paste for me. So that's good. It did paste. So I'm going to, so you can message them your ad code. Now I didn't put any language here, but I'm gonna send it anyway. I'm gonna say, here's my ad code. Here's my ad code for my shoppable video. Okay. Oh, so yeah, so I just put that in there. So it's like an instant, they have a bot on here. So this bot keeps responding like, what's your question? What are you trying to ask? So we'll see if it comes back where they got it. But you really should take the moment to message your, you said great. So you should always take the moment to message, once you post a video, message them your ad code. Like I said, it's been inconsistent about letting me paste, but it does let me paste. So I'm gonna be pasting. I'm gonna do my homework tonight. I got some work to do because I got to do all those ad codes and stuff, and I want to do some videos too. So long story short, did I finish? I did not finish. I didn't put my phone down. Long story short, he said, thank you for sharing. You're welcome. Yeah, so it allows you to do that. That's the ad code. You always want to send an ad code. You want to be very proactive. You said brilliant. I love it. You always want to send an ad code. You want to be proactive. So my friends, so we're gonna go back. So product selection. Let me say this out loud. Jazz, you want to pay attention to the reviews for a product. Thank you, Dr. Lacey. You're welcome, friend. You want to pay attention to the reviews for a product. You want to pay attention to the commission that's being sold, just to make sure it makes sense in terms of your time and effort. Like I said, there is a strategy where people use lower commission products, but again, their volume is off the chart. So you got to make sure you got unlimited access and you're okay with pushing a lot of videos out there about that product, with the thinking that you're talking to, maybe it's a specific niche type product. Like, for example, if it was an auto part and people who are car enthusiasts are looking for that, and maybe it's a top selling trending auto part, then you're in that niche. You know how to talk to your customers or those type of that type of audience, and then you can push out that product, and maybe you get a lot of sales because you got so much volume out there. So just kind of think of it, that's a strategy that people will use. But in the meantime, you want to make sure that whatever you pick has a commission that is worth your time and effort. So that's kind of the way you want to think about it. The other thing I will say is that you want to make sure that you're also commission, what did I say? Commission, product selection has a lot of sales. So I said sales and reviews. Okay, those three. Sales, reviews, commission. Reviews. You can look at product reviews. I'm going to show you something because I want you to pay attention to this, because actually they have this new metric that's called the Creator Health Score. So essentially they're scoring you based on the products that you have in your showcase, as well as how your videos are performing, your shoppable videos, and your shoppable lives. Okay? So I told you I'm kind of annoyed because I got a violation for one of those videos and they took points away. So recognize that that matters in terms of how your score is operating. That score you want higher than 3.5, so that way you get more access and your videos are pushed out. I've noticed my lives have been low, my score has dipped, but when my score was up, I was getting a little bit more traction in my lives, my shoppable lives, that is. And so just knowing there's a correlation there. I'll say that out loud. There is a correlation. So let me go to really quickly. We're going to go back to TikTok Shop. I'm going to go to, well, you know what? I don't need to go to TikTok Shop. Let's do this. I'm going to go on my showcase. I'm going to go to the showcase. So here is, there. And so you see my products that I have in here. We'll do the Neural Gum again. So the Neural Gum is there. We'll see. Here, reviews, 78 positive reviews, 78%. Pay attention to this, because this is where, did I do positive reviews? Let me get, okay, here. This is where you're seeing what people are saying about this product. And this product is, 78% is decent. You want products, honestly, that are like in the 80 percentile and higher. Okay, so just kind of think of it that way. So if you can get 80% or higher, that's better for a product. I didn't know my neural gum was that low. I may have to move the neural gum. Oh my gosh, I like the cinnamon though. So just pay attention to that. So that's the other thing I would say. So product reviews as well as she said, I say Nika, we need to write a review, Nika. We got to write a review because if we write a review, a glowing review, a 5-star review, we will. It'll push up that score a little bit more, maybe. I think I will. Nika, write a review. You got to write a customer review from a customer. I keep saying Nika, Luna, you got to write a customer review. Yes, Luna, write your customer review so that way we can push that up, and then I'm gonna write it as from an affiliate review. So I appreciate you, friends. Okay, so you said I will, because we need that review to go up higher because it's a good gum. We like our neural gum. We like it. Okay, scale our rewards. So I'm gonna stop there with shop. If unless there was other questions, I'm gonna stop right there. That was a long 30-minute conversation on shop. But let me know if there's any other questions that you have about it. Let me know if there's any other questions. So there's a lot to learn about shop. You got to stay in it. It is not a situation that when you go in it, you're thinking lightly about it and passive. You can be passive, but you ain't gonna make no money. That's the thing about it. You gotta be proactive. That was a good lesson. You're welcome, friend. You're welcome. So you just gotta stay with it. It's not something that you can just kind of say, okay, well, I'm just gonna do a video here and there. It does take time and effort. You do want to use your 5 shoppable videos a week. You do want to use your shoppable lives. I will be the first to tell you, shoppable lives pay better than shoppable videos. You get more potential for sales. That's just a fact in terms of how people will see a product, click the link, and purchase. So it does have a better return on your time and effort. So in my opinion, so just gotta keep that in perspective if that's what you're looking for to earn off shop. And then you decide on what products. There's a lot of good products that there. When I was showing you guys those top trending products, there's a section in there that will show popular brands. I think that's how they call it. So go and look at those brands. You'll see some well-known names and brands that are now in TikTok Shop. So they're really trying to revamp. So when I talk about, I don't think TikTok going nowhere. I don't think TikTok going nowhere. Because when you think about the shop side of the house, there's a lot going on over there, and they're building that out. So I just think that there's no way that they're gonna take away shop like that because it's just too much potential. The other places, the Zon and stuff, you don't see people actually doing the shoppable stuff. So either they're gonna try to apply that over there because I can see them doing that, or this is just gonna be the place to get it done to do the shoppable lives and stuff. Do you set up personal or business? I have it as personal. Yeah. So personal is what I have. TikTok Shop. I think they're trying to give business accounts the affiliate access so they can be affiliates too. I think they are trying to do that more. I've seen a couple people who have started as a business account that they now have the TikTok Shop for Creator where they can do TikTok Shop and have the affiliate as well. So I would imagine they're just like, okay, if you got a business and you want to sell products, let's have you sell other folks' products too. And so I think that's what's happening, but I'm seeing where people are getting shop on their business account too. I was about to say you can't do it, but that's not the case anymore. I think they've just really expanded that in the last few months. All right, so really quickly, Principal Martin, are you still with me? Let me know if you stayed, friend. I'm going to give you kind of a Cliff Note version of how to get TikTok Shop access. If you're not here, I won't do that today. At about 4 o'clock, maybe I'll talk about it there. So let me know, because I'm going to be back at 4 if you want me to talk. You said awesome. Let me know if you want me to talk about how to get TikTok Shop. I mean, many of y'all in the room have it. So if you have it, that's great. I think she is close to getting it. So I don't know if she's here. So I'm going to assume she's not. So I won't go there. Scale Live Rewards, really quickly, I'm going to give the Cliff Note version of that, just in terms of how to make money. So, the other mother, you asked about how to make money on TikTok. I think that was like your overarching question. And then somebody wanted to know a little bit more about Scale Live Rewards in terms of how to make money for your live. So, I'm going to talk about that. How to make money on TikTok. There's multiple ways to monetize it broadly on TikTok. TikTok Shop is a way to do it. People will if you're really investing your time and energy into TikTok Shop, you'll make money. You'll make money. It takes time to build up and get used to it, especially if you're going to do live and talk about products and stuff. So it takes a little time there, and it also takes time and effort in terms of just showing up and being consistent. I do 3 a week. I need to expand that to like 5 a week if I can. So I need to try to find 2 more that I do each week, just to kind of get a little bit more in the algorithm. And then also I need to build up my creator score so that I can get that score improved. Now that I have that, hopefully that violation goes away. But now that I have that violation, I really have to be cognizant of how I operate. Do you get paid for content views when they aren't selling anything? No, 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 you don't. Not for your shoppable videos, no. You just get a commission for the sales, so not for content views. So you're saying like from like a creator rewards program? I don't think I'm I'm not 100% certain if you can get paid for content views if you're under the creator rewards program. However, I do believe, if I recall correctly, the Creator Rewards program is very limiting in terms of how they pay out. And I think that's one of the rules that it can't be part of. You can't be part of any other program and stuff. So I say that because I'm almost sure you cannot get paid that way. But somebody can come in and say, yes, you can, I can do it. And so, but with that being said, I don't think so. I think that's part of the rules for a Creator Rewards program, that it's only for your videos. And there's like this very specific rule about how you get paid out. So, and I don't think you can have a shop video that goes viral. It's almost like double dipping when you think about it. So I'm pretty sure that that's not the case, that you can't do both. I say they're getting paid for views. You heard someone say they were getting paid for views for their shop videos? But for regular videos. Okay, regular videos, yes. You get paid for views because of Creator Rewards program. Yeah, regular videos, not for shop videos. Not for shop. No, for regular. Yeah, Creator Rewards program is for regular videos. Creator Rewards program. That's where you have 10,000 followers and 100,000 views per 30 days. So those are for videos that have gone viral, and for you to continue to get paid. And there's a dollar amount, or amount that you get per view after 100,000 views. I think it's like after every 1,000 views you get. People say the metrics is like kind of, unless you have a video that's done viral, like millions, then it makes sense. But if you're like, oh, I have a video that did 18K, that's not going to be a lot of money. So I think people say they get like per view after 1,000 views, it's like 40 cents. It's like small numbers, not real big numbers. So just know it doesn't add up to be a lot. I think that's what I'm trying to say. 40 cents might even be on the high side. So yeah, so 10K followers or more is when you're invited into the program. Let me say this right now. I am not in the program. I have not had a video that I have not had a series of videos that have gotten me 100,000 views in a 30-day period. I think the most I've gotten was like 45K views in a period of time. You know what I'm saying? So that's views. So with that being said, I've not been invited into the program. So you got to be a person that is going viral, but consistently going viral in terms of how your views are operating, how many followers you have. So yeah, there's some things there that you have to just make sure you're able to continue to do. I never got paid for my regular videos, and I do get a lot of views, do you think that it has something? You think it has something to do with her setup? Your setup. You said, oh, you saying you have it's a friend. Is that it? You're saying somebody else, not you. Um, it just again, it depends on how many views they got. So if they didn't get 100,000 views in a 30-day period, you said it's me. So did you get 100,000 views in a 30-day period? You actually can go check. You can go check under monetization for the Creator Rewards program. It'll tell you how many views you have. It'll give you the breakdown to see if you're eligible for the program. So my question to you is, are you in the program? Are you, no, you're not in the program because you don't have 10K followers. You don't have 10K followers. Yeah, every month. Every month. You gotta sustain it. Yeah, you're not in the program. That's why. You're not in the program yet. It's 10,000 followers. 10,000 followers plus. And 100,000 views. Not likes, views. So we're talking about views. So 100,000 a month, 100,000 views per 30 days, every month. So once you get in it, you gotta sustain that. So that means you're a person who will have videos that trend high. You know, you're following the trends. You got a lot of views, got a lot of likes. You're keeping up with things. You say you have 50K followers. Where is that, Christy? Not on this account. Oh, must have another account, not this one. So it must be another account. Okay, gotcha. So your other accounts, you have a lot of followers then. Okay. Yeah, I'm assuming you have another page. That's what you're talking about. You're like, I have 50K followers. Not on this account. um, uh, but it doesn't pay well. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Unless you like I said, unless you have like a super viral video, millions, or I think 50K, 500K follower views might pay decent. So you got to be in that kind of area where you're gonna get, depending on the video and views and stuff, you might get $400, something like that. So yeah, that's what you're talking about. But to get like in the thousands, you need to have a video that does millions of views. Yeah. So yeah, that's there's a metric out there. You can go back and maybe Google and see what people say. There's people who post about it too, and that was kind of the thing about people are like a little disillusioned by the program. It was like it don't pay. So yeah, there's some people who are like really like it's not worth it. It's not all what it's cracked up to be. Do you need viral plus affiliate? What do you mean? How you doing, disaster specialist? Do you need viral plus affiliate? What you mean by that? Other ways to get money on videos is for video content is video rewards. People can people can gift you video gifts. People, Morning, how you doing, J Moni? Money. People can gift you for your videos. So that's something. You get 50, you split it 50-50 with TikTok, depending on what the gift was given. So it depends on what people gift you. So you can get video gifts. Subscriptions. Subscriptions are not just for lives. So that's another way to monetize. I tell people subscriptions is something you want to pay attention to because the sooner you get that option, set it up and just make sure you're sharing it, doing your lives, maybe promote it on your video content. Yeah, you definitely want to get that because that, that can depends on how people renew with you. They'll do it from month to month, and so if you get enough subscribers, you have a nice subscription amount that's coming in each month. So why are big creators doing content if it's not good money? Big creators are doing well. So big creators, is that what we're talking about? Are we talking about big creators? Big creators they're making money. Yeah, absolutely. They're doing it. So yeah, the big creators are doing well. The little ones aren't. So the big creators have followers. They have people who are going to watch their videos, so when you think about it from the math, let's just think about it from a mathematical perspective. If you're a big creator and your average video is getting, argument's sake, 10,000 views a month, you just need 10,000 views each video. You just need 10 videos to get 100K, and you hit the creator rewards program. Now, in that month, you put enough videos out there in 30 days, and you have videos that you've gotten enough views that are hitting 500K plus, then it becomes, and then maybe you had a viral video in that time frame, and that video took off and had, I don't know, 100,000 views by itself or 1,000,000 views. Yeah, so now it makes sense for you to be in the program, because you're now able to really capitalize, because your followers and your views are gonna always hit 100,000. So now you're just trying to get, some videos that have a lot more views. So yeah, big creators, they know what they're doing. There's a little bit more method to their madness, but yeah, they'll do fine. Like I said, it's the smaller ones, the people who are not always hitting those metrics, where it doesn't become worth it from what people are saying. So, yeah, so they're doing well. Scale Live Rewards real quick. So Scale Live Rewards on a live session is made up of how long you go live per live. So it's two categories. One is per live, the other one is weekly missions. Per live is how long your live is. So you want to go live at least 30 minutes. The minimum, very minimum, to get the maximum payout would be 25 minutes. So 25 minutes is like the very bare minimum. Then you want to make sure you are getting new followers. So people coming to your live, they click the daily heart me. If they haven't followed you before, that's an instant follow. Or they just come in your live and they just click your photo and follow you that way. So you want to get new followers. If you're new to a person's room, you always want to follow them. You can always unfollow them if you don't like their content or what they're sharing. But if they added value and gave a lot of tips and strategies, you want to make sure you follow. So that's going to be important to follow them. When it comes to what else? The weekly missions. The weekly missions are based on your duration, like how many days did you go live. So if you go live at least 2 days a week, then you're going to get the maximum percentage for that. That's, I think it's 2%, no, 8%. 8% for 2 times. One time per week is 6%. 2 times or more is 8%. I didn't say this. 25, what did I say? 25 minutes or more is 38%. If you get 5 new followers or more, you get 2%. So that 38 plus 2 is 40%. So when they say per live, the most you can earn under Scale Live Rewards is 40%. Okay? And then these weekly missions, over the course of that week of you showing up and going live consistently, you can increase a pool that you'll get for your weekly missions. So that pool can max out to 13%. Now that 13% is not normally for the regular person. Again, that's for those big creators. That's part of the weekly mission. But that pool is broken down to 8% if you do 2 or more lives. And then if you are getting people to come back and click your daily heart me, that's going to get you another up to 2%. So that puts you at up to 1.5%. So that's going to put you at 9.5%. That's probably where most people live, in that 9.5%, because they're going to get it over 100 as you're growing. You're going to get over 100 daily heart me's that are happening each week, and then you're going to get that 2 or more. So that's what most people will maintain at 9.5. But there's another perk if you get the league and move up in your league from 1 week to the next. You get an additional 3%. So that puts you at 12.5. And then if you are in an A league, I think you can get another 1%. I can't remember how the breakdown goes, but it's like another 1% that you're eligible for if you move up in A league. So there's a breakdown, there's a metric there. So that's part of how TikTok, when you have gifts that are given, how people are supporting your live, you get monetized that way. Okay? And then TikTok will push you out to the For You page, and you'll grow that way. So that's how it all breaks down. So that's the Scale Live rewards. And then, um, like I said, subscriptions, going live, um, video content can get you um, monetized. Work with artists if you want to use music for your video content. That's another way to monetize. They have a couple campaigns they run with the live incentive program. So they want you to tell people about going live. So that's another way people are monetizing. That program is a little specific in terms of the requirements, but that is another program out there. Um, but that's it. That's it. There's some other things, but that's probably the core, and then TikTok Shop. So those are probably the core ones. Okay. All right, my good friends. I have been on this live for 2 hours. Officially 2 hours. Actually, it's an hour and 59 minutes. So I'm going to talk myself. Oh, it just hit 2 hours. So I am going to see you guys back at 4 o'clock. I will be back. I so appreciate all the support. We can talk about TikTok Shop some more if you want to. I'm happy to kind of walk through. I did kind of with the phone now, I can give a little bit more of a detailed explanation, but I'm happy to share any tips and strategies with you all. I don't gatekeep, so I want you guys to be great. Let me know if you have questions. You can also go to my Stand store and get support that way as well if you need help through my resources, schedule one-on-ones, coaching, all that's there. And then I will be back today at 4 p.m. Eastern. So you can come back and connect with me then. All right, friends. Take care. Appreciate all of y'all. See y'all later. Bye-bye. I'm trying to learn about TikTok Shop. Okay, Rosalind, come back at 4. Come back at 4 p.m. Eastern. If you want TikTok Shop conversation, I'll start it there. You just let me know what exactly you are specifically needing to know. But come back at 4. We can talk about it. Okay. All right. Thank you, friend. Thank you, Chrissy. Take care. All right. Bye-bye. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate all the support. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you have not subscribed. And then I will be back at 4. We'll connect then. Meantime, go ahead and click my Stand store if you want to schedule an appointment or connect with me. I'm happy to chat with you, friends. All right, take care. Bye-bye.